and we will be underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video of Luciano Gaming TV. I'm your host, Luciano. This is game number 37 out of 64, which is Australia versus Peru. This is a Group C match. Game 5 of 6 from Group C. Right here is the Australia national anthem. That is Australia's default jersey in this game because they do not have Australia's real uniforms in this game. So I created them a blue jersey with a white X and a red cross that represents their flag. That is their default jersey in this game. There is Peru's jersey. That is not official Peru jersey either, but I made it look almost like exactly alike it. There it is, Australia's reserves and starters. There's Australia's setup, starting setup. There is Peru's starters and reserves. And there's Peru's setup. Australia comes into this game with 2 points. Currently second place in Group C. Peru comes into this game with 1 point. Currently last place in Group C. They both can advance with a win. The situation in this group is kind of a little bit complex.
Tries a through ball.
Right now, as it stands, Denmark is in first place with 4 points, followed by Australia in second place with 2 points, followed in third place France with 2 points, and then Peru with 1. Peru over here trying to score first, putting good pressure. There's Guerrero! That is a massive goal, because that goal could mean Peru qualifying to the next round. This result puts Peru temporarily in second place.
Well, considering he has a bit of a shoot on side,
Peru lost the first game to Denmark. They tied France, and now they're beating Australia early on in match number 3. So this result puts Peru in. Will it put them in for good? Let me see. Denmark plays France. Denmark already has 4. Peru goals differential is a -1. It was a -1 coming into this game. They lost 1-0. They tied 1-1. So their goal differential at the moment is even. 2 scored, 2 given up, 4 points. If France wins, France will go to 4 points. This result does not guarantee Peru qualification. It does not.
That's a foul, and the whistle's gone.
And there's a foul on a Peruvian player. That's a very dangerous. Gave Australia a free shot from a dangerous position on the field.
Going for goal.
What a goal! There's a tying goal from Australia.
Unbelievable. Well, we're all back to square one, but I hope this game opens up from here. It looks as if it could happen.
This result puts Australia at 3 points with 3 ties.
Oh, that is a bit special.
You don't know if they can qualify with 3 ties. Puts Peru with 2 points. They won't be qualifying with 2 points. This group is totally wide open. This result kind of favors France, by the way.
Australia grabbed the equaliser and we're all square. Oh, I think the coach will really be annoyed with that. The players were still thinking about their goal and just got caught napping. Played out to the wing.
See what happens.
Oh, that is lovely footwork. Plenty waiting in the middle. Goes for goal!
Peru nearly made it 2-1.
And now they can launch a counter. Tosses it through.
Here comes Australia. Nearly made it 2-1 themselves.
He's good for it!
And they do.
Oh, it's got in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Australia's up 2-1, folks.
Perfect.
Their goal differential went from -1 to +1 in very fast fashion. This result puts Australia in 5 points. And it also guarantees them a spot in the round of 16, regardless of what happens in the Denmark-France game.
Australia get themselves into the lead. It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. Now the pass. Good idea, just...
This result also eliminates Peru for good. A tie also would have eliminated Peru also.
Sprinted wide. Going through. In for the follow-up.
Wow.
Again, let me mention what a wonderful stop the goalkeeper pulled off there. Really wonderful. So midway through the first half, and it is a tight old tie.
So it's 2-1 Australia in the 30-minute mark of the game. A tie does Peru no good. Peru has to come back and win this game. Like, they have to score 2 more goals just to have a chance at qualifying. Peru winning by 1 does not guarantee them qualifying. And the reason why I say that is because I believe that Denmark's goal differential is a +1, right? It is. So, and Peru's goal differential is, if they win this game,
Oh, he's got that completely wrong.
right now it's at -2. So if they win this game by 1, it would be even.
It will be a throw.
It will be even with 4 goals scored.
Looks like a good ball through.
1, 2,
Forward it goes.
1,
Out wide to the right.
0.
Andre
They scored 0 in
Carrillo
the first game.
is demanding it out wide. Time to deliver. He's got away. Andre Carrillo.
It would be 4-4.
It's Carrillo. Another
It would be
save.
4-4. So it would be like 0 with 4-4.
Australia are in control here on the brink of half-time.
If France beats Denmark by a goal,
Facing goal.
Denmark
The
would
further
be
he went,
4
the
points,
more
but
attention he
Denmark
attracted. There was just way
would.
too much pressure for him
Here
to
comes
get a shot away.
Peru. Here comes the Peruvians. Here comes the Peruvians. Stopped by the Australians.
Chance to break. And it's Carrillo. Oh, glorious footwork. Tries to get it forward quickly.
So that's halftime.
It's action of the first
It's
half.
Australia 2, Peru 1. Peru scored first, but Australia came back and took the lead. Let's see if Peru can do the same in half number 2. Peru needs to win by at least a goal just to have a shot at qualifying. This result will put Australia, and then it'll be between Denmark and France to who joins them. This result could also possibly give Australia first place. Would it give them first place? It could possibly give them first place. They do have a... This group is totally tight that I can't even think right now and what to say. This group is actually more complicated than Group B, even though we know that Peru would be out with this result or a tie. But Peru also would not be, they would not be guaranteed a spot if they win only by 1. Because if France wins by 1, Denmark would be at 4. Denmark won the first game by 1. They tied the second game, so there's... Well, how many goals Denmark has? Denmark has 1 goal. And then the game versus... The game versus Australia in the second round it was 2-2. That's right. It was 2-2. So
ever so slightly, but
it was 2-2. It was 2-2. So it was 2-2, and then they won the first game 1-0. So that's 3-2. If they lose by 1 to France, it'll be 3-3 with 4 points. Okay, I was actually partially wrong. If Peru comes back and wins this game, it would be 4-4 for them with 4 points. If Denmark loses by 1, then it would be France and Peru advancing and not Denmark. Because Peru and Denmark would have the same goal differential, but Peru would have 4 goals to Denmark's 3. You see how that tiebreaker came down? If Peru was to come back and win this game, it would be 4-4. But a tie over here does Peru no good. Australia would have 3 points with a tie. But then a French tie would also do them no good. Okay, if Australia ties, it could do them good, it could not. It depends. France could tie Denmark, but they would be out if the tie is like a 0-0 or a 1-1. But if France ties Denmark they'll have to tie them 3-3, and then it would be like the exact same. Like if Peru ends this game in a 2-2 tie and France ties Denmark 3-3, it would be a second place tie.
Tries a through ball. Can he finish? Oh, can he finish?
Wow, 2 chances to tie the game and they failed.
Really dug out his defense then. A magnificent effort. Looks to thread it through. And through to the goalkeeper. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
This result does give Australia 5 points though.
And he's onside.
And it would automatically qualify them.
So who's he picking out?
But it does not guarantee them. It does not guarantee them first place.
That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh my God. That is the first penalty of the World Cup. That's the first penalty shot. 30. What game is this? This is game 37, and there has not been a penalty kick yet. This is the first penalty kick in the World Cup, in this World Cup. And there it is. Australia goes up 3-1, and that pretty much should wrap it up. That should do it right there. That should put Australia into the round of 16. Unless if Peru pulls up a miracle here in the last few moments. But that's the first penalty kick in this World Cup after 36 games that have been played already. And it happened on game 37, game number 5 of 6 from Group C. We see our first penalty call inside the box in a regular time game.
And it's Carrillo. Andre Carrillo plays a clever pass.
So it looks like it's going to be Australia with 5 points and a differential of +2 because they tied their first 2 games.
Almost nothing left.
It's pretty much 5 goals scored, 3 goals given up because they tied 0-0, they tied 2-2, and now they're winning 3-1, and now they're winning 4-1. This result kind of helps them finish in first place, even if France ties Denmark now, because they have this result. What was the score in the Peru Denmark? I think it was 1-1. Denmark will have to win to get first place. Wow. Australia's goal differential now is a +3 with 5 points. Denmark comes into the game with only 1 point. I mean, with only a +1. So a tie puts Denmark at 5 points as well, but it would not give them first place. Australia would get first place. Denmark has to win to get first place. Now, since this puts Australia in, that means that only Denmark or France can get in with them. Who will it be? It also forces France to win the last game. And a French win by only a goal will put Australia in first place and not France. That's it, folks. Australia wins the match 4-1. They qualify for the round of 16. Who's going to join them is still a question mark, whether it will be Denmark or France. Will it be Denmark in first place with France in second? I mean, no, it cannot be that way. Will it be Denmark in first place with Australia in second? Or will it be Australia in first place with France in second? Or could France beat Denmark by like 4 or 5 goals to overtake Australia for first place? It could be France first, Australia second. That's kind of unlikely, I think. Or it could be, have to wait and see. It could be Australia. It's most likely Australia. It's most likely Australia first, Denmark second, or Australia first, France second. There is the outside chance it could be France first, Australia second. But France would have to beat Denmark by a lot of goals in order for that to happen. So stay tuned for the next video, which will be game number 38. It will be France, Denmark In the last World Cup that I simulated, they played twice against each other because they met again in the third place match. In that cup, France lost to Brazil 2-0, and Denmark lost to England 1-0. The final of that cup was England-Brazil, and who knows? It could be the same final in this one as well. So, see you all next time. God bless. Take care. Peace. Till video number 38. See you all.